Alright, what's up, y'all? We back again with Lil Man Talks, you feel me? I got my co-star, Phil, in the building. He don't want to be on camera today.
I'm here, though. Yeah.
I got my main man, Jeremiah, with us today. And then I got Nico with us, you feel me? Today, we're going to be talking about a variety of stuff. Movies, everybody's experience on Lincoln. Since, you know, you're about to graduate. You about to graduate?
No, I'm a freshman, bro.
Damn!
I got 3 more laps to run. I'm in this joint.
Yeah, you went for a show, you feel me? Yeah, but since Phil and Nico, they about to graduate, you feel me? I want to start with that. So how was y'all experience with Lincoln?
I ain't gonna hold you. I keep to myself. So I ain't really have a lot of experience. I ain't gonna cap. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when I was in high school, I was into too much stuff. So when I went to college, I was kind of like, I'm gonna just keep to myself, stay out of drama. So it's been good. It's been going good.
Alright, so when y'all say keep to yourselves, like y'all more so like y'all ain't mess with nobody, like no girls, y'all ain't want to join nothing on campus.
No, I definitely wouldn't say that. At least for me, I don't know about him, but I just kept it very particular. Like the people who I would hang out with is of my specific choosing, and then the girls too, like, very choosy, because you know what I'm saying, girls messy.
Yeah, don't be like me. I went crazy up this job.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't plan on leaving with like a score over 100,000 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I had my little fun. Like, I do what I do.
Or for me, I had my fun during high school, but afterwards, I ain't gonna cap. I got cuffed up. I've been in a relationship for a good 2 years. She be holding me down, man. She do everything that she can to help me out. So I found myself in
love.
Word.
You part FBA.
What's that?
Faithful Black Man Association.
Come on.
Every day, man. Every day. Phil, what about you? I know you got a little situation.
Yeah, I actually just proposed to my girlfriend.
You proposed?
Mary.
How long y'all been together?
3 years.
10?
3.
Oh, 3.
It feels like 10. It feels like 10 though. If that makes anybody feel better.
3?
So.
No, that's good. Congrats, man.
I feel like I grew up with you. I came in my freshman year. You was my RA, you feel me?
Yeah, that was my sophomore year, I think. Yeah.
I feel like I grew up with you, man. I'm proud of you.
Proud of everybody at that table too. I appreciate y'all.
So are we invited to the wedding?
Yeah. I'll send y'all an invite. It would probably be letters.
Don't even invite me. I want to crash it.
No.
I want you crazy.
I want to tweet out, yo.
Like, yo, what do you do? You couldn't have said nothing in the text. Nah, bro. I'm coming here with my own bouquet. I catch my own flowers. All that.
Come on, man. He got it all. Stop playing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, Phil.
Man, wait, alright. So getting back to Lincoln. How y'all feel about spring fling? Yo, spring fling coming up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm trying to go crazy.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
If y'all see me, it ain't me.
I feel like the weather. I don't know. I just feel like the weather going.
It's gonna drought it out.
Yeah, like
it was cold last year.
That's
too.
what I'm saying, and I don't think it's gonna be sunny by the time spring fling come around.
Spring fling,
it's like next week. No,
not in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. Yeah. Depending on the weather. I feel like depending on the weather is gonna be the vibe for it. Cause if it's nice, sunny, hot, bro, people gonna be turned. Like people gonna be turned up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people gonna be turned.
It's currently very damp outside, y'all.
It's gloomy. It's real gloomy.
Oh yeah, about to say it's all gray and
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna make it do it.
He said even if it is rainy.
You know what I mean? Alright. So what made y'all come to Lincoln? Like.
What made me come to Lincoln? Well, first my parents said they would help me out for my first 2 years financially. I was less able to have that, but in order for me to go to a college and they would actually pay for my first 2 years, I had to go to a black college. So yeah, so I went to Cheney. Cheney was real crappy. I was like, nah. Then I saw Lincoln. I was like, you know, it's better than Cheney. So I was like, I'm going to Lincoln. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got here.
What about you?
For me, certain connections that I have with people on campus just made it make sense for me. And I'm not going to get too deep into it, but people I know up here that are in certain positions, again, it just made sense for me to take advantage of, like, all right, I'm freshman, coming in, nobody knows who I am, but I got all the pieces I need to have a successful school and the rest of my 3 years. So it just made sense for me. Because I got my family got history here. My grandma taught here back in
you got the bloodline here.
Yeah, like, it's here, like, you know what I'm saying? My uncle
sense.
works here, my grandma was teaching here in the 80s, and like I said, the connections and all that. So
Oh, he got the Lincoln Illuminati connection.
That's
That's what he got. Word. That's what he got.
we gotta cut it out. We gotta cut it out. You don't want to know
Word,
that.
he know all the secrets.
Man, but I say for me, what made me come here, I was looking at Trump school, was playing football at the time. I don't play no more. Hate y'all. But you know, yeah, we just gonna leave it at that, you know. Well, maybe somebody who's watching this and wants to play football here at Lincoln, to each his own. Maybe you'll have a better experience than me. You feel me?
Try it for yourselves. See how it works for you.
Yeah, you feel me? All right, man. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's get into good stuff. You feel me? I know we late a little bit. You feel me? Black Panther came out. What was that? 2?
Yeah, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, it came out a couple months ago. And then Black Panther 1.
Yeah.
Black Panther 1 was definitely
That-
better than...
Yeah, bro, that's still a classic.
That one, I didn't see the second one yet, but I've done enough, like, little research on it, like through clips and like little stuff like that, just seeing little things. I know a lot about the soundtracks and all that, but from what I can tell, I think the first one is probably better.
No, it's not even.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even an opinion. It's just a fact of this. No, like for yo, like Black Panther, the first one was like the first movie where I really saw like our people tweak and be on something. I'm watching this the third time. I'm going to the movie theater.
He was on the show a minute.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Representation.
You already know, right?
Representation.
Nah, but yeah, this was like the first movie I really saw like black people just tweaking about it. Like, yo, I had people coming up to me like, yeah, like, I went to go see it the third time today. I went to go see it the fourth time 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah. I remember watching it, I remember watching, I don't really like popular stuff. Like, I kind of like distance myself towards it until the hype cools down, you know what I mean? So I remember watching it, and it was really good, obviously. But Killmonger, yo, his character for me, that he brought like a little fire into my chest, yo. Like,
he's my favorite character.
Bro, hands down, like the best character. I feel like
I'm mad that
Yeah. They should have had the second movie about him. I feel like they should have second movie about him. I ain't gonna
low key. That I agree with that. That would have been cool, like just like a flip side.
Yes.
Like this is the A side, this is the B side, this is his background and how everything came to be. Because then you know what that could possibly do in terms of marketing. You have the Black Panther movie, the 2, be about him, and like it's like the sequel in terms of canonicalness. So it's telling the beginning story. Then that can make people go back and watch the first one again to get the full. You know what I'm saying? I think that.
I ain't never think of it like that. That makes sense.
And on top of that, you gotta look at it this way too. Who plays Killmonger? Michael B. Jordan. That's instant money right there. The face of the poster, Michael B. Jordan.
All that drama he's having right now.
No, that's instant money.
I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? All the drama he's having right now with the shorty and all that.
Oh,
one of his former high school.
Phil, you tell me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the audio might be better back here. No, but I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was Dominique the Diva, somebody that's pretty popular on social media, and I guess she had a podcast where her and like 2 other women were essentially bashing him. The one chick called him corny. She's like, yeah, I knew him when he was in high school. He's a corny guy, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Which it was, in my opinion, as a man, still an insult. On top of that, the other 2 women that spoke after her didn't have anything beneficial to say about him as a man either. Because after that, the other 2 women followed up with, yeah, when he was in high school, he used to bring his corny little headshots. Yeah, his headshots, and we didn't think he was going to be anything, but look at him now. But then, ironically enough, I think it was 2 or 3 days after they shot that podcast that Dominique the Diva interviewed him on the red carpet, and he called her out, and he was like, "I'm the corny guy, right? Like you were saying, you had a lot to say over the podcast, just calling her out." But the thing that I found most interesting was that a lot of women were defending Dominique the Diva because they were trying to say, like, she wasn't the one who specifically said he was corny. But that argument is still non-relevant to me because even if she didn't say specifically he's corny, anything that she said after that still didn't benefit him. So if I'm not going to catch you on a corny thing, you also still thought I wasn't going to be anything when I was in high school. So she has as much right to get fire lit under her behind as much as the next woman does. So that was my take on it. But
how was he corny though? Didn't he play in The Wire since he was like a kid?
That's what I'm. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro, people just be saying anything, yo. They be saying anything, like.
And then to bring it all full circle, that happening at the same time as like the concept we just came up for Black Panther 2. All of that happening at the same time. Oh, they would have seen major booms in sales and relevancy, everything. They probably would have got put in like, I don't know, Hall of Fame or whatever. That would have been crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, definitely.
Did you like Black Panther 2?
I don't know.
I got mixed feelings for it.
I do too.
Like,
I do too.
I like it, but I don't like how they killing everybody off. You feel me? And when did the girl get pregnant? You feel me? Like,
wait a minute. I didn't see it. Phil shaking his head because you know I don't watch no movies, man. I don't watch movies.
When did she
Alright,
get
y'all can
pregnant?
talk about it. Y'all can
She
talk about
did.
it because I don't really care.
I was about to say, I just feel like
Y'all can talk about it.
it's a lot of things I can gripe on within that series because I wasn't a big fan of the first one either. I think it's just like,
Oh, you wasn't a fan of the first one? Oh, that's. That's.
and I'll say this: it's not even about Chadwick Boseman as far as his acting performances, because at the end of the day, he's an actor, so he has to essentially say whatever the script or whatever the director or producer is telling him to do. A big controversial topic that I like to bring up a lot is that if you compare Civil War Black Panther, Captain America Civil War Black Panther, to the Black Panther in his own movie, they're not the same. And I also like to bring up, like, I wonder what changed, because if Ryan Coogler saw how he was in Civil War, he was more on angst. His father just died. He wasn't arrogant, but he was just more aggressive in what he does and more strategic. Every time I seen him in either Black Panther, because he wasn't in the second one, which is another big topic that I like to talk about eventually, but like even in the first Black Panther, he maybe only won one fight within that whole entire movie. And the only reason, and if you genuinely think about it, because we can bring up the water scene fight when he fought M'Baku, and that's fine. But as actual human beings and as actual men, I'm gonna ask y'all, if y'all saw that fight happening and it wasn't Chadwick Boseman's movie, essentially, who do you think would have won that fight? Like, I think they had to eventually move it over to the edge because it's like, it's his movie. But realistically, like, if I seen that fight, I would have been like, now this is the third time this man is getting beat up within this movie. They had to change something. Then Killmonger comes and throws him off a cliff, which I knew was going to happen, but I'm just like, and it's just a lot wrong with the systematics of Wakanda too. He was technically dead. So you don't have a problem with cheating the rules when it comes to T'Challa because you like T'Challa. But when someone like Killmonger won fair and square, we don't like him. We had to find a way to get him off the throne. Like, it's crazy.
Facts.
And the crazy thing is, I don't necessarily agree with Killmonger wholeheartedly, only because of with the amount of technology that Wakanda would have had against, I guess, the American government and stuff like that. That wouldn't have just been an American war. For as much as Killmonger would have liked it to be, that would have been a national thing. like all over the world, people would have been fighting for each other.
But
And
I'm
if
like,
black people can't even get along now with certain things, and not just African American black people here in this country, like Africans, just like island African American, like it's if we can't get along on that type of level right now with each other, it's like what would a war look like? It would be crazy.
I feel you, but I feel like if black people actually came together and it was really us against the
But it's not even happening right now.
Man, if it was us,
Well, us, wait,
it really is us against the world.
And the fact that you have to ask yourself, who do we clarify or consider us? You have to clarify what us is. What is us? Is us African American people?
Okay.
Is us like
Wait,
African people or
Us-
black people in
us
general?
Versus who?
The American government. Right.
So us as a people versus the American government.
Once again, we have to clarify what us is. African Americans, like
But we can answer that question though. Like even in imagination,
we will lose.
We can answer that question. Not even on the tip of like we would lose, because I do also think that we would lose. But not even on the tip of we would lose just because, oh my God, the oppressors and all that shit. But if they bring out the military.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have
we
no
cannot
actual military.
The military. That is something that.
And that would be the first thing that we would do. And for all the people who, for as much credit that I give Malcolm X as far as wanting to start our own things and moving away from the systemic racism I can see clearly within this stuff, I think it's just like, what would have stopped, once again, the U.S. government from Nagasaki and us actually blowing us up?
They already did it with the Black Wall Street.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It would have been that. It would have been that in Tulsa all over again. So I think it's just like
we would need a Black Panther to even because look, I was watching this video the other day about the Avengers versus the military, and it was literally just like 6 of them. I'm pretty sure it was Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and
Captain America.
But eventually it got to the point where it was like, bro, just Hulk and Thor would solo the military. So we would need.
Well. Are we talking about the actual U.S. government or like the Marvel government?
No, the government, bro. Like, you're not thinking of the military. Like
The realistic
actual-
military.
yes, like the real, like.
Yeah,
military.
that's fair. But then I don't even know about that because
I'll send you the video. I don't want to get too off topic.
that's fair.
I'll
But
send you the video. I'll
yeah,
send you the video. I'll send you the video.
that would be in the second episode. Well, what is this? The 4th episode now? That would be in the 4th episode. We talk about.
I better be featured in the next one too.
Hey man, if y'all want to come back,
Oh,
man, just
word.
hit me, cuz. You got my number. You got to, we gonna work it out.
Work it out.
Man, alright man, we gonna wrap it up. That's a wrap from us, man. We gonna see y'all in the next episode.